World Very Merry Christmas Parade. I come to you from galaxies far, far away.
What are you talking about, Buzz? We'll be coming to them from the Disney MGM studios. Merry Christmas, everybody. And welcome to Walt Disney World in Florida.
Hey, what's going on here? You Toy Story guys are supposed to be back in the studios. Joan London and I, Regis Philbin, are hosting this Christmas parade.
Oh, no, Buzz, it's Christmas. And I think we're being replaced.
Fear not. To infinity and beyond.
Yeah, forget about infinity. Just get back to the studios. I tell you, one-hit movie, and they think they can do it all. Even host a Christmas parade.
Go in peace, Reg.
You go in peace. Okay, as you can see, the floats are lined up, the performers are ready, the music is about to begin. You can feel the excitement in the air. Is everybody ready? All right, we're all set to go here. Let's join Joan and Mickey on Main Street. They've got a humongous parade kickoff in store, and you will not believe your eyes, or as Mickey says, even your ears. Take it away, guys.
Thank you, Regis, and Merry Christmas, everyone. We are here on Main Street, where the parade will begin in just a few seconds. With me is our Master of Ceremonies, Mickey Mouse, and Merry Christmas, Mickey.
Oh, gosh. Merry Christmas, Joan, and Merry Christmas, everybody.
All right, I need everyone's help here on Main Street to help count us down to the big moment, okay? You ready? Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1995 Walt Disney World Very Merry Christmas Parade.
Come Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen, Blitzen, and all his reindeer pulling on the rein. Bells are ringing, children singing, all is merry and bright. Hang your stockings and say your prayers, 'cause Santa Claus is coming tonight. Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. He's got a bag filled with toys for boys and girls all day. Hear the sleigh bells jingle, jingle, oh what a beautiful sight. So jump in bed and cover your head, 'cause Santa Claus is coming tonight.
Okay, everybody, are you ready to play a Christmas game? Just follow me. Who's got a beard that's long and white?
He's got a beard that's long and white.
Who comes round on a special night?
Santa comes around on a special night. Special night. Yeah, that's right. Must be Santa. Must be Santa. Must be Santa. Santa Claus.
Gosh, that was great. Are you ready?
We're getting nothing for Christmas. Seems everybody's mad. We're getting nothing for Christmas, 'cause we've just been nothing but bad.
Oh, you better watch out. Better not cry. Better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Wait a minute. What is this? This is supposed to be Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Coming to you live from the Walt Disney World Resort in sunny Florida. It's the 1995 Walt Disney World Very Merry Christmas Parade. And from the Disney MGM studios, join Woody and Buzz for the TV premiere of the all-new Toy Story Parade. With your hosts, Joan London and Regis Philbin. Special guests from Boy Meets World, Ben Savage and Ryder Strong. Walt Disney World Inside Out's J.D. Roth and Brian Leary. The singing sensations behind the animated faces you love. Jodie Benson, The Little Mermaid. Richard White, Gaston. And Brad Kane, Aladdin. Plus Mickey, Minnie, Pocahontas. A special appearance by Santa and his elves. And an exciting look at all the new fun and adventure coming your way at the Walt Disney World Resort. Join us right now for all the color, music, and excitement of the merriest Disney Christmas parade ever for kids of all ages.
Don we now or gay apparel.
See the blazing Yule forest, la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure, la 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 la. While the sweet good Yuletide treasures, la 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 la
The Walt Disney World Very Merry Christmas Parade, brought to you by Kissimmee St. Cloud, where location is our biggest attraction, and Burger King, where you can get your burger's worth, and Johnson's Baby Products. Protect them, shelter them, Johnson's Baby them.
Someday soon, there'll be superhero lunchboxes, big yellow school buses, and new best friends. So now's the time to Johnson's Baby them. With clinically proven baby care that's healthful enough and mild.
Above the futuristic Disney Contemporary Resort. Well, here we are again, Reed, and there's no place that I'd rather be because the Christmas spirit here is just unbelievable.
It really is. And speaking of unbelievable, how did you like the nerve of that Buzz Lightyear and that Woody guy wanting to take our jobs? Well, I put them in their place, didn't I?
Oh, absolutely. You know, though, Buzz and Woody are not going to feel left out because Toy Story is going to be a very big part of this parade. Not only will we enjoy many of our favorite Disney floats and characters, but we will be joining Ben Savage and Ryder Strong, the stars of Boy Meets World, at the Disney MGM Studios for the world premiere of the Toy Story Parade. So you're going to meet all the stars from that big, big mega hit movie.
It sounds great to me, and here's something else that sounds great, too.
That is the West Orange High School Marching Band under the direction of Harold Cooper and Dave Lanuski. These kids have been everywhere, from the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York to the Cherry Blossom Parade in Washington, D.C., and no wonder they chose to perform Santa's Parade for us today. Listen to them.
It's always great to see a marching band on Main Street, and it's great to be here right on Main Street, too, Joan. I mean, I can almost feel like I can reach out there and touch all that action, all those floats.
And it's great, of course, to be with you on Christmas morning. And today also joining us are J.D. Roth and Brian Leary. They are the hosts of Walt Disney World Inside Out. Now, that's a program that just helps keep you up to date on everything that's happening at Walt Disney World and Disneyland, and you can see it on the Disney Channel. So let's join them right now.
Hey, there's a lot of excitement down here. Are you guys ready for a parade? Yeah. Thanks a lot, Joan and Reed. And Merry Christmas, you guys. Yeah, well, you know, this isn't too shabby. I mean, here we are down in the street with our people.
With our people, working with the biggies, Joan and Regis, Mickey and Goofy.
I thought I was working with Goofy.
You are a little goofy, okay?
All right, all right. You know, I'm ready to ask the time-honored question to our people, which is, hey, where are you from?
Oh, Brother JD, can't you think of something a little more original, like, I don't know, you come here often?
Oh, that's real good.
Hey, give me a break. It worked in the 80s, okay?
All right, all right. Well, you know what? Let's really find out where they're from. Go ahead.
Oh, let's start here. Did you know that you could have that thing surgically removed?
You look great. Where are you from?
Where are you from?
Hilton Head, South Carolina.
All right, South Carolina.
Merry Christmas, you guys.
I got some people over here. Come on down here. Let's
Wow.
go. We got a big family over here. Look at this.
Hey, you guys. How you
Look at
doing?
these people. They're all wearing a shirt. They're from where?
Muskegon, Michigan.
Muskegon, Michigan, and they're wearing shirts. Did you make the shirt especially for the parade?
Yes, we did.
And what's your name?
Fred.
Brad, you having fun yet?
Yeah.
High five, buddy.
This is
nice
great.
job.
You know, you guys think it's exciting down here in the parade route. You got to see what's happening backstage. So you hang out here. I'm going to take you backstage, okay?
All right, you're the backstage Scoop Leary.
Scoop Leary.
Go get him, Scoop.
Bye, you guys.
You go, girl. I love being down here with the people. I'm staying here. A parade is coming. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, JD and Brian.
You know, just when you think you've unwrapped your last present, along comes some more things to play with. Check out the size of that toy horse. Oh, what a beauty.
That's right, straight to us from Toyland. It's the March of the Toy Soldiers. It's easy to see that in this parade reads, Toys Rule.
Yeah, but they're not hosting the parade, just so they know
All right,
that.
calm down. I always love the Toy Soldiers. They march with such precision.
Don't they? There they go.
It's really fun being right down here on Main
I
Street,
love
being
it.
right in the midst of the parade today. And right behind the Toy Soldiers, we have our master of ceremony. There he is, Mickey Mouse himself with Minnie.
Mickey and Minnie, boy, they really turned this crowd on.
And he's there, along with his girl and along with his canine friend, his loyal canine friend, Pluto.
Yeah, I've never seen him so excited. That's a dog who really knows how to bark up the right tree, doesn't he?
Oh,
Come on.
And look at the crowd. The crowd always goes crazy when Mickey and Minnie come along. And the Magic Kingdom is completely full today.
Boy,
They
it
can't
sure
get another
is.
person in here.
As of early this morning, they started coming in.
They opened those gates this morning. People ran in
Yeah.
to find their seat along the parade
And what a
route.
beautiful day. Look at that blue
Look at
sky.
that. It's coming right by us right now. I always love this parade right here on the street, but you can also feel the excitement of the crowd as they await the world premiere of the Toy Story parade.
Toy Story, Toy Story, that's all I'm hearing these days. Toy Story.
Don't worry, Toy Story, though, is one of the hottest movies around, and it stars all of our favorite toys. You know, Mr. Potato
Love 'em.
Head and Barrel of Monkeys. Did you ever play with any of those, Reese?
Absolutely. But when I played with Mr. Potato Head, it was a real potato.
Oh, careful, you're going to date yourself. But get ready, because I hear that Brian Leary is covering all the backstage excitement of the Toy Story parade. She's meeting everyone.
Uh-oh, I hope Rex the dinosaur doesn't get too nervous.
Yeah, I know.
You know how he gets.
I know, I sure do. Well, let's join Brian and the stars of Toy Story right now.
Thanks, Regis and Joan. I'm here backstage at the world television premiere of the Toy Story Parade. If you like the movie, you are going to love this parade because it really is everything. Yes, sir.
Front and center.
World television premiere, Toy Story Parade. Little interview, please.
No, I haven't got time for an interview. I gotta work my man.
Yes, sir, Sarge. Okay. Remember Barrel of Monkeys? Look, I don't have time for monkey business. I gotta go in an interview. Thank you, love you. Okay. Oh, Jan Jacobson, do you have time for a quick interview, please?
Look
quick, sure. Sure, I just wanted to know, this really is like my childhood come to life. How closely did you guys work on the floats with the animators of the film?
We work really closely with the animators to bring all the movie characters to life here at the Disney MGM Studios.
It's great. Thank you so much. Buzz Lightyear, good to see you. Woody, could you wave hi to the camera? Just take a second. Hello. Oh, great. Into infinity and beyond, Buzz. Well, looks like Buzz is looking for some signs of intelligent life. Back to you, Regis and Joan.
All right, thanks, Brian, and we will be right back with more.
I'm Beckett. I'm Audrey.
We're the Agro family.
We want with you. Merry Christmas!
Coming up next, Beauty and the Beast when the Very Merry Christmas Parade continues.
Bird's eye view of the Disney Beach and Yacht Club Resorts.
And the MetLife blimp, Snoopy 1, is under the command of Captains Russ Adams and Charlie Graham. Happy holidays, guys. And hi, everybody. If you liked what you've seen so far, this is just the beginning. We are only minutes away from Beauty and the Beast and the world premiere of the Toy Story Parade over at the Disney MGM Studios. And I wouldn't be surprised if Santa's sleigh was on its way, too. Because, you know, Reg, Santa really does have, you know, he has to know whether you're naughty or nice, and he keeps a list, and I'd be very worried if I were you.
Joe, do I have to remind you? I had a list 3 pages long.
All right. Well, we've got a lot of things coming down the street now. Let's go to the castle. There might be a few things that were on your list. I think there were a few things that were on mine. Great shot today of Cinderella's castle with a toy train coming our way. Very precious cargo it has.
And
lots
how?
and lots of toys. Hey, look at that guy. You know him.
Roger Rabbit is here, sure. Working his cottontail off and loving every minute of it. I'd say this conductor is really from the wacky sides of the tracks. Now,
He's got a lot of helpers down there,
he
lots
sure
of
does.
clowns on the street to provide plenty of funny fuel.
I got my watch out. I won't cry. How to do it? Come on, tell me. I hope I might. I look too. I can't wait.
And right behind the train, you have the Melodious Clown Band. And they've brought smiles to our faces for so many years, and of course, they bring music to our ears.
crowd loves him. Now, how would you like to find that toy block under your tree, huh?
You'd have to have a pretty big tree. Lots of toys on it, though.
Now, is this my favorite?
Well, you got Raggedy Ann up there on
Raggedy
the
Ann
top.
up there, yeah.
More of the little toy soldiers and airplanes. And down on the street, lots more toys.
And lots more clowns.
This is a toy factory. Raggedy Ann and Andy are down dancing on the street, and Mr. and Mrs. Teddy Bear. And they have somebody that I know very well down there with them. Because my daughter Lindsay is part of this
Now,
group.
let's see if I can...
She's a ballerina. There she is.
Boy, she's getting big. And look at those moves.
Well, Disney taught them.
I remember that kid. I remember that kid when she couldn't even walk, remember?
I
2 years
know.
ago? In fact, she wasn't even born when you started this parade.
The first parade, she had to sit in Minnie's lap so that Minnie could hold her. And look at who's here also, Goofy. He's up on top of the toy factory. I think he's a Santa wannabe, don't you
I think so, absolutely. He even has his own elves. Way to go, Goofy.
You better not back. I'm telling you what. Santa Claus is coming.
It's a great day here on Main Street. You know, the story of Beauty and the Beast continues to charm us all, and no wonder it's as old as time. And I'm sure that Belle is going to get a new book for Christmas. What do you think, though, that pompous Gaston got?
Well, probably what he's always wanted, a mirror.
Well, you know, the cast of Beauty and the Beast can be seen in a live stage show at the Disney MGM Studios, and it's a real treat.
Oh, it really is. And as an extra treat in the parade today, we have the talented Richard White performing the part of Gaston. Richard is the original voice of Gaston in the movie. Let's listen in.
Wow, you didn't miss a shot, Gaston. You're the greatest hunter in the whole world.
I know.
No beast alive stands a chance against you. And no girl for that matter.
It's true, LeFou. And I've got my sights set on that one.
Oh, the inventor's daughter?
She's the one. The lucky girl I'm going to marry.
But she...
The most beautiful girl in town.
I know, but...
That makes her the best. And don't I deserve the best?
Well, of course. I mean, you do, but...
Right from the moment when I met her, saw her, I said she's gorgeous and I fell. Here in town there's only she who is beautiful as me. So I'm making plans to woo and marry Belle.
Look there, he goes, isn't he dreamy? Monsieur Gaston, oh he's so cute. He's still my heart, I'm hardly breathing. He's such a tall, dark, strong, and handsome prince.
Marshal Adam.
You call this bacon?
Some cheese. Excuse me. Please let me through.
There must be more than this provincial life.
Just watch, I'm going to make Belle my wife.
Hearts like Gaston, dancers, lights like Gaston.
In a wrestling match, nobody fights like Gaston.
For there's no one as burly and brawny.
As you see, I've got biceps to spare.
Not a bit of him scraggly or scrawny.
That's right. And every last inch of me's covered with hair. No one hits like Gaston.
Matches wins like Gaston.
In a spitting match, nobody spits like Gaston.
I'm especially good at expectorating.
10 points for Gaston.
When I was a lad, I ate 4 dozen eggs every morning to help me get large. And now that I'm grown, I eat 5 dozen eggs, so I'm roughly the size of a barge.
Shoots like Gaston, makes those bukes like Gaston.
Then goes tromping around wearing boots like Gaston.
I use antlers in all of my decorating.
Say it again.
Who's a man among men?
And let's say it once more.
Who's a hero next door? Who's a super success? Don't you know? Can't you guess? Ask his friends and his 5 hangers on. There's just one guy in town who's not all on
And his name's G.A.S.
Thank you, Richard White. And also out there from the world of enchantment comes Mrs. Potts, everyone's favorite teapot.
And looking quite dapper, the Beast himself.
And when it comes to spinning, no one holds a candle to Lumiere.
And there he is, a chip off the old crock.
Ah, what a great performance. And I love the story behind that musical, a beast turning into a prince. Perfect fantasy. Hey, it could even happen to you, Reg.
Very funny, Joan. I'm still waiting, as a matter of fact. But you're right, this place is really a fantasy land, and now Disney's adding to the magic with the opening of the Disney Institute coming up this February, a whole new kind of vacation adventure.
I love this idea. You can actually get to do things that you've only dreamed of. I mean, one day you can be a dancer, the next day you can be a gourmet chef, and then the next day, say, a mountain climber.
Mountain climbing? Now, isn't that what I call a higher education?
Oh.
Hey, but the Disney Institute can be part of an entire Walt Disney World vacation. Over 100 programs to choose from with experts. In fact, just last week, yours truly got to teach a class in television production.
Whoa.
Everything from how to operate the camera to TV editing. I could tell from the class's reaction that they were very, very impressed.
Oh, I'm sure they were. Well, you got to be a teacher. I got to be a student, actually. And I got to choose 3 different adventures, and it was really quite an adventure. Check it out.
What first astonishes you is the college-type campus right in the middle of Walt Disney World. At the Welcome Center, you're invited to sign up for as many or as few programs as you'd like. Taking, say, a gourmet cooking class, polish up your golf swing, or pick up some dance steps. It wasn't going to be an easy decision, but finally I decided to check out animation.
Me, Joan London, an animator. I don't know. I wonder if they realize I can't draw a stick person. But hey, what better than having Disney animators to teach me how? Larry, Paul, how you doing?
Fine, how are you?
I can't draw. I hate to tell you that.
That's okay, everyone can draw.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
okay.
everyone.
How do I make my drawings move, though?
All right, well, one of the first things an animator learns is the bouncing ball.
All right.
And what we're going to do is show you how to do a bouncing ball.
Great.
All right?
To create the bouncing ball, I learned first you draw the key frames and then fill out the other frames to smooth out the action. Finally add a cute little face and then head to the computer.
Look at this. Right over here, this is a camera. It's shooting the picture that we drew, and it's ending up on the computer screen. Now, what's going on here?
Well, this is a computerized pencil test system. It allows us to see how fast the character moves. And if we're trying to act out something, it really matters whether it's too fast or too slow.
And if it is, do you have to go back to the drawing board?
We go back to the drawing board.
So you go from drawings to computer, and then what? What's next?
Just hit the space bar right here.
Cool. I like that.
All right.
I did that.
Looks just like Regis.
That's fun.
Okay.
Let's go see what else we can do.
There are many, many indoor programs, but what's also neat are the outdoor programs, including health and fitness classes, and ultimately, I couldn't resist something called Alligator Watch.
The herons are hidden up in the trees, and they live here all the time, Sonny?
Pretty much. They're here year-round.
And how about alligators? Are there alligators in these waters?
There are alligators in this water.
Oh, there are alligators in
This
these
is their
waters.
natural habitat.
This is right up my alley. I love new adventures. And now at Disney World, they're allowing people to go on adventures like this, canoeing down the spectacular river where every few seconds you see some other beautiful creature. There's a gator up here. We'll go up and see if it's safe.
I wanted an up-close look at a gator, and that's exactly what I got.
Sonny?
I'm not scared. I'm not scared, really.
Okay, maybe I was just a little scared, but I was overcome by the beauty, and I just love getting this close to nature. Now, with time left for just one more program, I knew this one really had to test my skills. I decided to face the ultimate challenge, mountain climbing. Who would have believed Walt Disney World would have its own mountain? Check this out.
Okay, I gotta find another one. Whoa. Oh, it's a lot harder than it looks, huh? Okay. Here, let me get a hold of this.
Yep, use your legs. There you go.
I love this. I can't believe I'm this high.
At this point, we're gonna have you come on back down.
I guess you mean what goes up must come down, right? You know, the choices here at the Disney Institute are really mind-boggling. Oh, and if you envision yourself simply as a sunbather, that can be arranged too.
Coming your way, the TV premiere of the Toy Story Parade.
Merry Christmas from the Mexico Pavilion at Epcot.
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad.
That was Epcot's mariachi band. Muchos gracias, gentlemen.
Ooh, well, one of the great things about the holidays here is all the music. There are so many talented troubadours, and they just wander all over Walt Disney World.
Well, they've wandered to the right place because coming up, we've got the world premiere of the Toy Story Parade plus visits from Aladdin and much, much more.
So let's see how our people person, J.D. Roth, is faring at the castle.
Hey, J.D.
All right, thanks a lot, Regis and Joan. We're down here. We're in the spirit. Hey, you never know. I may even break into a Christmas carol if I could sing, but I can't. So we're just going to find out some people and their favorites. Hey, my man, what's your name?
Michael!
Michael, wow, you're loud, buddy. Give me a hug. Good luck hug. Thanks, man. What's your name?
Daisy?
Favorite Christmas carol, Daisy?
12 Days of Christmas?
12 Days of Christmas, that's a good one. Except what are you gonna do with like 6 geese a-laying? You know what I want for Christmas? I want a big screen TV so I can watch the Orlando Magic play. You know what I mean? What is your favorite Christmas carol?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Rudolph is a good one, right? In fact, let's everyone sing it together.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Now this is organization. These are my people. We're having fun. Back to you guys. I want to hear you singing, Regis and Joan. Let me hear it. I like it. Everyone.
Look at that beautiful shot as they march down Main Street, USA.
Yeah, this looks like the high-caloric part of the parade.
Oh, come on, it's Christmas. Who's counting calories today? Hey, especially when you see who's in charge of the bake shop. It's Chip and Dale.
Yeah, but I didn't know that recipe called for chaos.
I kind of like their culinary technique. You think maybe they do a cooking segment for Good Morning America?
Just call their agent, I'm sure.
Honey pot, that means Pooh Bear is on his way, right? There he is.
What bear would want to hibernate through this very Merry Christmas? Not Winnie the Pooh. Not with a pot like that.
Yeah, but leave it to Pooh to bring honey to such new heights, because we all know he's going to share it with his good friends, Eeyore and Christopher Robin and Tigger, too. There's Tigger and Eeyore dancing away.
Hey, it doesn't take a wise old owl to see that it snowed in Pooh's woods today. Just a hop, skip, and a jump. Away is Kanga. Gotta be there somewhere.
We need a Disney Christmas now. It's beginning to look
Tigger.
wonderful. Everywhere you go, Winnie the Pooh you see has decorated the street
with honey pots and lemon drops and snow.
There's little Kanga.
Oh, yeah.
They're in the woods. Look at the little one in the pouch.
But the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door.
There's the wise old owl.
Merry Christmas! It's the best time of the
Oh, the crowd really loves it, don't they?
I know. Well, that story has just been a favorite through all these years. Yeah.
Love the Santa hat.
Is there one for me?
Ah, they're great.
What a great scene. Well, you know, Joe, we're all looking forward to seeing Santa, but did anyone ever stop to think how hard he has to work all year long? I mean, this guy needs a break.
Well, guess what? The folks here at Walt Disney World felt exactly the same way, so they invited Santa and his helpers to a day of fun in the sun at Disney's exciting new water park, Blizzard Beach.
Where else could those North Polers want to spend their vacation than on a nice, toasty beach?
And when you see Blizzard Beach, you'll know why Santa and his helpers feel right at home.
Blizzard Beach, the perfect place to chill out. Come on, let's go.
Christmas, everybody.
Boys, time to jump into the lake.
The big guy knows what we were going through, and
Christian family.
From Salt Lake City.
Utah.
Home of the 2002 Olympics.
Happy holidays!
From Blizzard Beach.
Merry
We'll be right back with the magic of Pocahontas and Captain John Smith.
Mary is great at going behind the scenes and turning Walt Disney World inside out. So let's see what she's about to uncover. To you, Brian.
Hi, Regis and Joan. I'm backstage now at the Magic Kingdom, where I'm with Major Mike. Hold it.
Wait a minute,
What's the problem? What's the problem? You look a little upset, Major Mike.
Oh, just got to have a little bit of problem back here with my percussion, keeping everything together.
Ooh, it's tough to keep that percussion together, isn't it?
Yeah, they got to stay with the band and stay with my baton right here, in the mace, I call it.
It's a mace.
That's the mace. That's
and
right.
This is what helps keep time.
That's right. It keeps the time with the band and keeps them, letting them know the direction I'm going and what I'm going to do with it. I point it that way, they go that way. I point it this way, it go that way.
And if they do something wrong, you just whack them over the head.
That might happen once in a while with me.
I don't want to rile Major Mike. How long have you been doing this as director of band and orchestras?
Oh, I've been here 15 years.
Wow, that's amazing. I don't suppose you could teach me some of that, could you?
Sure. Here we go. We're
Okay.
going to go with our left foot.
Left foot.
This way and that way and
this
here.
way,
That's
and
good.
that way.
The way you're
Okay.
doing it, now you got it.
Shake your head like me, Major Mike.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And away we
that's
go.
very good. Let's talk to some of your guys, okay?
All right.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
You
How are
look happy.
Thank you.
You notice that he's got some big epaulets and you don't have any.
Yeah, I guess that's part of his job.
Oh, no, he does all that waving around and stuff, but do you really watch him and do what he says? Come on.
Oh, sure, we have to. Yeah, he's our leader and we follow him.
Oh, yeah, you have to. Not because you necessarily want to.
Well, we want to, too.
Excuse me, excuse me. I'm sorry, excuse me. Look, I'm going to throw it back to you guys because, I think my prince has come.
Yeah, good luck with Prince Charming there, Brian. But remember, if the shoe don't fit, it's over.
Oh, come on, Reed.
Over.
It's pop quiz time. Now, name 2 people in history who celebrated the first Christmas in the New World. Ready?
Piece of cake. Pop quiz. Went back to school for a day. All of a sudden, we have a quiz here. Okay. Could the answer be Pocahontas and John Smith?
Hey, A+ for Reed.
baby.
I didn't know that you knew so much about Pocahontas.
Please. I also know that you can enjoy the cast of Pocahontas live on
Right.
stage at the Disney MGM Studios. Now, how about that?
I am impressed. Let us join now Pocahontas at the castle as she opens John Smith's eyes to the colors of the wind.
Wait! I'm John Smith. Who are you?
Pocahontas, where do you come from?
From across the ocean. London.
I'd like to see your village.
You will. Why, we've improved the lives of savages all over the world.
Savages.
Not that you're a savage. A savage is just a word. It's a term for people who are uncivilized.
Like me.
Oh, no, when I say uncivilized, what I really
What
mean
you
is...
mean is, not like you. You think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew you never knew. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the full-blown moon, or asked a grinning bobcat why he grinned? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? The rainstorm and the river are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends. And we are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends.
colors of the wind. You can own the earth and still all you'll own is earth until midnight. With all the colors of the wind.
I love that song. Thank you, Pocahontas and John Smith. Superb performance.
Hey, Joan, look what's coming. Hey, bigger than life, it's the Showboat.
They're getting us ready for a Bayou Country Christmas. Look who's out there. That's Brer Rabbit, Brer Bear, and Brer Fox, our friends from Song of the South. And just behind them comes something else to cheer about. It's Be a Santa Christmas Drill Team, talented cheerleaders from Tampa, Florida, and they have a lot of pep in their step.
And check out all those fancy Santa chapeaus. So let's listen.
Remember, wink and giggle, wiggle your ear. Keep up your grins, get out of sound. The spell of all the well. Oh, be a Santa, oh, holy Santa, oh, holy Santa. Spread the word on Merry Christmas, he's so jolly. Oh, decked with holly, and by golly, everyone will love you if you'll be a Santa Claus. Grab your belly, then let go. Shake like jelly to and fro. Ha 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 ho 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 ho. Rhododendron.
Hey, thanks, Santas.
Hey,
You
we
were
haven't
great.
heard from JD for a while.
No.
What do you think he's up to?
JD?
All right. Thanks, Joan and Reach. Now, you know what I love about this place and the parade? Everyone I talk to is from somewhere else. They're from California or New Jersey or Mexico. You never know. What's your name?
Justin.
Justin, where are you from?
Rapids, California.
Oh, you're from California, huh? You're looking very goofy. Show them your hands, guys. Show them your hands. Hey, give me a high five. Now that's a high five. Where are you from?
Bogota, Colombia, South America.
Oh, from Colombia. What do they call Santa Claus?
Papa Noel.
Hey, Papa Noel. It's a small world after all. Ho, 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 guys. Have fun.
Hey, keep your eyes on the road. We're the Baker family from New Hampshire. My nephew Joseph is my chauffeur. We're being tailgated by my wife Susan, Lauren, and Everett. This sure beats shoveling snow. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
Next, a behind-the-scenes look at the making of the hit movie Toy Story.
Now you can find a forest full of fun.
We need our own washboards here on the set. Those were the Rhythm Rascals, just one example of the fabulous entertainment that you see every day all over Walt
That's
Disney
what I
World.
love about this
I know.
place. You never know who's going to stop by.
Well, guess who's dropping by now?
Who?
It's
Who?
Aladdin.
Hey, you don't have to be a genie to know that Aladdin is always one jump ahead of adventure.
And to add to all the excitement is the special appearance of Brad King. Now, Brad is the singing voice of Aladdin in the film, and he is here to sing for us. Let's listen.
Gotta keep one jump ahead of the breadline, one swing ahead of the sword. I steal only what I can afford. That's everything. One jump ahead of the wall, men. That's all, and that's no joke. These guys don't appreciate I'm broke.
Riff Raff,
take a hint, gotta face the facts. You're my only friend, Abu.
Oh, it's sad, alright, it's hit the bottom. He's become a one-man rising crime.
I blame parents, except he hasn't got 'em. Gotta eat to live, gotta still to eat. Tell you all about it when I got the time. One jump ahead of the slow pokes, one skip ahead of my doom. Next time, gonna use a nom de plume. One jump ahead of the hitman, one hit ahead of the flock. I think I'll take a stroll around the block.
Stop me!
Let's not be too hasty. Gotta eat to live, gotta still to eat. Otherwise we'd get along. Ahead of the hoof beats, one hop ahead of the hump, one trick ahead of disaster. They're quick, but I'm much faster. Here goes, better throw my hand in, wish me happy landing. All I gotta do is jump!
Thanks, Brad Kane, for that exciting performance, but watch out for those scimitars.
And coming next, from Lakeland, Florida, under the direction of Chuck Fulton, comes the Kathleen High School Marching Band. Not only are they marching in this parade, but they are headed for the St. Patrick's Day Parade in New York City next March. So let's lend them an ear as they perform the Christmas favorite, Good King Wenceslas. Kathleen High School Marching Band. We are just moments away now from the world premiere of the Toy Story Parade. And if you've seen the movie, and who hasn't, you will know why Buzz and Woody and Ham and Mr. Potato Head are totally hot.
Saw it the other night and loved it. Disney's first computer animated film. The characters look more lifelike than ever.
They really do.
And everyone who sees the movie wants to know, how did they do it?
Well, Reg, let us watch the making of Toy Story and find out.
An excellent idea.
Hey, Etch. Draw.
There's a new toy in town.
Oh!
Animators have discovered computers.
They're here!
And the face of animation has changed forever with the debut of Toy Story, the first computer animated feature film in the history of motion pictures.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Oh, no. Buzz, look, an alien! Where? Ah!
The film's premise is that when people aren't around, toys really do come to life.
Oh, hi, Bo.
What do you say I get someone else to watch the sheep tonight?
Hell yeah.
The film tells the story of Woody, an old-fashioned full-string toy, and Buzz Lightyear, a supercharged action figure who threatens to take over as the top toy in Andy's room.
What heck is up there? Woody, who's up there with you? Hello? Oh, yeah. Ah! Oh!
It was the film's director, John Lasseter, who brought the Toy Story characters to life.
Every animator is a child at heart. I mean, I think you have to be in this medium. And so you walk around Pixar, you walk around Disney for that matter, and it's like every desk practically is filled with toys. One frame of Toy Story is so unbelievably complex and detailed. One of the things that makes Toy Story so unique is the collaboration between traditionally trained artists and animators and these amazing computer geniuses. Here's how it works. From the storyboards, the technical directors modeled the characters in 3 dimensions within the computer. Then the animators, like Pete Docter, test the models of the characters to see if the animation variables, or AVARs, work correctly. I would just make sure that each pose is pushed about as far as I can get it. And then I've tested a lot of the expressions, and he's got great snarls and sneers. And then when that's done, it's ready for the animators to make the characters come alive. What we tried to do is get everything to read just in the acting, the pantomime, and then when you stick the face on, it'll only plus that.
Tom Hanks as Woody and Tim Allen as Buzz had an all-star cast.
Oh, yeah? Tough guy? You got wings. You glow in the dark.
Because of you. Security of the entire universe is in jeopardy. And you, my friend, are responsible for delaying my rendezvous with Star Command.
Including Annie Potts.
I know Andy's excited about Buzz, but you know he'll always have a special place for you.
I'm not
Don
supposed
Rickles?
to be babysitting Princess Drool. What are you looking at, you hockey puck?
Jim
I
Varney?
knew you'd come back, Woody.
I got some bad news.
Bad news?
Just gather everyone up for a staff meeting and be happy.
Got it.
Be happy.
Wallace Shawn.
What if Andy gets another dinosaur?
A mean one. I just don't think I can take that kind of rejection.
Hey,
And John
what's going on?
Ratzenberg.
This staff meeting? Hey, I didn't get any memo. Imagine that. Nobody even told me about it. Yes, sir. We're next month's garage sale fodder for sure.
Any dinosaur-shaped ones?
Oh, for crying out loud. They're all in boxes, you idiot.
Isn't that mistletoe? Ooh. We're almost there!
I've learned so much about this medium from making this film that it's given all of us ideas on what we can do in the future. And clearly, this is just the beginning.
To infinity and beyond!
Stay where you are. It's a visit from the Little Mermaid when we come back.
Again, or should I say aloha, we are looking down at the most exotic of the Walt Disney World resorts, the Polynesian Beach Hotel. And up in the sky, we have the MetLife blimp Snoopy One, cruising the skies above Orlando, Florida, to provide an aerial view of the Walt Disney World Very Merry Christmas Parade.
And welcome back to the Disney Very Merry Christmas Parade. You know, Joan, I had dinner over there at the Polynesian the other night at the Ohana. Stuffed to the gills I was.
Did he say gills? He did, because swimming by out at the castle are some of our favorite friends from under the sea, Sebastian the Crab and Flounder.
And making some beautiful waves are 6 graceful ribbon dancers.
And it is an honor to welcome Jodie Benson to the parade. Jodie is the voice of the Little Mermaid in the film, and she is here to bring Ariel to life once again.
I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them? Oh, feet. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down a, what's that word again? Street. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. What would I give if I could live out of these waters? What would I pay to spend a day warm on the sand? Betcha on land they understand that they don't reprimand their daughters. Bright young women, sick of swimming, ready to stand. I'm ready to know what the people know. Ask them my questions and get some answers. What's a fire and why does
great performance. How many times have I seen that movie? With a voice like that, Jody, you can be part of our world anytime.
And so can Sebastian and Flounder. And as for Ursula the Sea Witch, I'm not so sure.
I hear you on that one.
You know, Joan, I wonder what Brian Leary has for us behind the scenes now.
Well, I can't possibly imagine, so why don't you surprise us, Brian?
Hey, Jonah Regis, I don't want anyone to panic out there, but it looks like we're having some sort of moose crisis here. We got the Cinderella people, they're just not ready to go on. How many people do you have to moose?
We have lots of people that have to come in there very early to get ready.
It's unbelievable. How long does it take you to get your hair like that?
A long time.
And how long does it take you to get in this dress?
That's the easy part.
Oh, yeah? This isn't a dress. It's like a condominium. Are you kidding me? You look lovely. You look lovely. And you actually look beautiful. Purple, royal purple. It's very good.
Thank you.
You all excited about the big parade today?
Oh, very.
Now, you, on the other hand, I think you might need a little bit more blush and just a touch of gloss.
Thank you.
It's just my opinion, okay? And you, I don't know, maybe a couple more sparkles here and there. Well, it looks like they're all dressed up and spangly, so I'm going to throw it back to you, Joan and Regis.
Hey, thanks, Brian. Wow, they're really on their toes back there, let me tell you.
And here are some of the results of such careful pampering. A Disney character smorgasbord.
All the stars are stepping out. Come on, let's see how many we can recognize.
I see Mary Poppins and Bert over there. There's Alice in Wonderland.
All right.
And White Rabbit. He's late for a very important date. We've got Robin Hood down there and Maid Marian. And we've got, oh, of course, Little John's out there, Friar Tuck and Prince John.
Boy, they're all there, aren't they?
I love it. That great big guy is called Little John.
Yeah, right.
All right, coming up here, the most romantic figures from the days of old, gallant knights on their trusty steeds. Those Percherons are so huge. You can get an idea when you see the guy walking next to them. They are just enormous.
Here he comes, our own guy, Major Mike. I love him.
Here, it's Major Mike, always leading that fabulous band. He has been leading this band for years and years. I'd say Major Mike is as much a tradition in this parade as the parade itself.
He's the best.
Now, just behind Major Mike's band, the shimmering facade and sparkling turrets of the magnificent castle. Perfect backdrop for Disney's favorite romantic couple. There they are, Sleeping Beauty and Prince Philip. Oh, look, there's all of the helpers. All the helpers that help Sleeping Beauty. You know, the fairies called Sleeping Beauty Briar Rose because her lips were as red as a rose.
Yeah, and Prince Philip found those red rosy lips quite kissable,
Yes,
too.
he did.
Ain't love grand, Joan?
Yes. That's the tallest float in the parade. Just makes it under the garland there on Main Street.
Well, I'm sure Sleeping Beauty is glad she didn't sleep through all of this.
Especially when she sees what's coming up. We'll be right back.
Disney MGM Studios and listening to the funky sounds of the Hitmen. Hit me, boys.
I don't know, those guys guys look a little too nice to be hitting in, don't you think? Well, you're not going to believe this, but I just got word that strange things are happening at the Disney MGM studios.
Did you say strange things? That can mean only one thing, the moment we've all been waiting for.
That's right. The time has finally come for Woody, Buzz Lightyear, Slinky Dog, Mr. Potato Head, and all the other stars of one of the most popular movies of the year.
Joe and I heard Ben Savage and Ryder Strong, the stars of Boy Meets World, are supposed to cover the action, but I'm hearing from our director right now that they're nowhere to be seen. Can you believe this? We better head over there right now.
We better.
Attention all units! Stand by for parade drill! All right, men, settle up. Let's hit this street running. This is Operation Toy Story Parade, and we are at execute. Let's move, 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 move! All right, men, hit the street and keep moving. I want you to cover every corner of this place. Hold your line and follow your squad leader. It's a jungle out there.
Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm Ben Savage.
And I'm Ryder Strong. Merry Christmas, everybody. Toy Story rules!
You are a sad, strange little man.
Does your mother know you're still playing Army Men?
What are you kidding? This is my biggest dream ever, being one of the toys I used to play with as a kid.
Well, looks like the troops are heading out. We better get going so they can get on through here.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. This parade is really hot.
Yeah, too bad you're really not.
Hey.
This is a major photo opportunity, so give it all you got.
Check out these guys move.
Pretty awesome.
All right, men, prepare to fire motors. Assume your positions. Ready, aim, fire!
Whoa, whoa!
We've been shot.
Oh, are you okay?
Okay, men, time to move on. Ben Ryder, you're in charge. Carry on, men.
Thanks, Sarge.
Thank you, Sarge. Hey, it's a barrel of monkeys having a barrel of fun.
I used to play with these guys all the time.
You still do, Ryder.
Yeah, right,
You know, those guys kind of remind me of you, Ryder.
I think I see more of a family resemblance with you.
Wow. It's monkey see, monkey do with these guys.
Heads up! It's Mr. Potato Head.
Wait, right here. How about Brianna Klein? Wait just a minute. Hey, watch it. Where's my ear? Who's in my ear? Did you see my ear?
He looks like he's got plenty of monkey trouble heading his way.
They're stealing pieces of him. That guy's got to get himself together. Right next to him is Ham, Andy's piggy bank. Check out this hefty dude.
Look who's slinking up the street. It's Slinky Dog. Everyone had one of these as a kid.
Hey there, Slinky.
Slink.
Good to see you, buddy.
How you doing, buddy? Hey, Ryder, you remember what Mr. Potato Head wanted for Christmas?
Mrs. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head.
Stay where you are. We've got lots more Toy Story Parade coming your way with Buzz, Woody, Rex, and the whole toy gang.
But right now, let's head back to the Magic Kingdom with Joan and Regis. Take it away, guys.
Ah, that's a great parade over at the studio, the Toy Story Parade. It's definitely the coolest thing around, and they're going to be back in just a few minutes. But first, we have an incredible tale to tell you.
Yeah, and incredible is the word, too.
Yeah.
It all began with this Arkansas businessman named Jennings Osborne. You may have read about him in the paper.
Sure.
He decided to do a little Christmas decorating on his house. You know, put up a few lights.
A few lights? How about in the neighborhood of about 2 million lights? Now, the neighbors, of course, wanted the lights removed because there are so many people out there. The battle went all the way to the Supreme Court, and Arkansas's loss became our gain because Jennings Osborne brought all of those lights right here to the Disney MGM studios. Hundreds of thousands of people now are getting the chance to enjoy them every night during the holiday season. I went over and saw them the other night. They are magnificent. Take a look.
Don't go away. Buzz and Woody are on their way when the Very Merry Christmas Parade returns.
And Ryder Strong.
Thanks, Joan and Regis, and welcome back, everybody, to the Toy Story Parade. And we are having a great time here. Is everyone having a good time? Coming up Hollywood Boulevard is everyone's favorite action hero, Buzz Lightyear.
Ah, greetings. I am Buzz Lightyear. I come in peace. I protect the galaxy from the threat of invasion from the evil Emperor Zurg, sworn enemy of the Galactic Alliance.
If you remember the film, Buzz didn't know he was a toy. He believed his own packaging.
Kind welcome. Now listen, everyone. This is no time to panic.
That's one cool dude.
Right now, poised at the edge of the galaxy, Emperor Zurg has been secretly building a weapon with the destructive capacity to annihilate an entire planet. I alone have information that reveals this weapon's only weakness.
But I can't stop him alone. Will you help me, friend?
We'll help, Buzz.
Hang on, big guy.
All right. Stand back, everyone.
Check out this action. He's about to take flight.
To infinity and beyond.
We have takeoff.
Have a great flight, Buzz.
Totally cool. There's the baby monitor the Green Army men used to hear what Andy got for his birthday.
I should have thought of that for my birthday.
You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead.
Here comes Woody and the rest of the toys from Andy's room.
Howdy, Woody.
Howdy, everybody. It's great to see you.
You got a friend in me.
Didn't Sarge and the Green Army men do a great job? These guys are the best. They are professionals.
You've got a friend in me.
All right, folks. How about a nice Toy Story Parade welcome for everybody's favorite dinosaur, Rex. Whoa, Rex. Down, boy.
Were you scared? Tell me honestly.
Well, I was close to being scared that time. How about you folks? Were you scared?
He looked pretty scared to me.
Oh, I'm going for fearsome here, but I just don't feel it. I think I'm just coming off as annoying.
Don't worry, Rex. You'll get it. We're all rooting for you.
And there's Lenny, the binoculars. Nice seeing you.
How's everybody doing?
Check out that snake. You think he's friendly? I wouldn't get too close.
Having a good time?
We've had a great time, Woody. Make that fantastic, incredible.
Now this is what I call a parade.
Well, here come the Green Army, man, heading up the rear. You ready for some combat? Well, why fight them? Let's join them. Yeah, good thinking, buddy. Well, we've had an incredible time, but duty calls. You ready, Ben? Move out. Merry Christmas.
You know, you can catch the excitement of the Toy Story Parade every day at the Disney MGM Studios. Great floats and great characters.
And great music by Randy Newman, and you know how whimsical his lyrics can be. Here's a listen as we go to break.
Don't go away. There'll be more magic and fun with the arrival of Santa Claus when the parade continues.
For Pluto! Yeah! Back to you. I hear a parade coming on. Joan and Reach, take it away.
Hey, thanks, JT. Boy, can that guy charm a crowd or what?
That's right. There's another beautiful shot of Cinderella's castle. And that's good because we hear this royal guard is coming with a multitude of trumpeters. And they really surround the castle with music fit for a king.
Or a princess. And I think I know just who she might be.
I know who's coming. Don't get so excited. And there we have Susie and Perla with Fairy Godmother.
And how? Before you can say bippity-boppity-boo, here they are. Now, do they sew the dress for Cinderella?
That's right.
The one she wore to the
dress
ball,
that she
right?
wore to the ball.
Oh, yeah, what an ideal setting, too.
Now, you know what this coach it is? Oh, it's Cinderella and my little Sarah. A double kiss.
And a double kiss I got. Oh, thank you, right there.
I got to tell you, Sarah's been practicing that kiss. She couldn't wait to be able to do that with Cinderella. Another kiss.
Four of them. They love me, don't they?
Hey, dreams really do come true, huh?
Boy, they sure do.
Well, you know, she's out there, Prince Charming. There he is, Prince Charming coming on his trusty steed.
No kiss from him, though.
He's got to watch where he's going up there on that horse. They're the royal court dancers, whirling and
exquisite sight,
twirling.
huh? Those costumes glittering in the sunlight here, whirling and swirling.
The largest costume department anywhere in the world, right here on the grounds of Walt Disney World. They're gorgeous. No wonder Cinderella wanted to go to that ball.
Can you blame her? Okay, now that we're living happily ever after, let's join Brie and Leary backstage with a spectacular grand finale unit as it gets ready to roll.
Thanks, Regis and Joan. Okay, I'm backstage as usual, but this time it's for the grand finale of the Christmas parade, and this is what it's all about. Here's John Danforth. In Parade Talk, we like to call him Mr. Float. So you run this whole show, don't you?
We do all the mechanical, electrical, and audio on all the floats in the parade. Yeah.
And how many floats are there?
There's 15 of them in this parade.
Now, have you ever had any kind of close calls, like, say, a dwarf doesn't get on time?
Dwarfs aren't my department.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you so much. Excuse me, miss. I've always wanted to ask this question. Is it Snow or Ms. White?
Oh, it's Snow White.
Oh, I see, a hyphenate. Very good. Now, how do you skate when this float is moving like that?
Oh, it's very easy.
Really? Do you think someone like, oh, say, Nancy Kerrigan could do this?
I think she'd have a lot of fun.
You're so diplomatic, Snow. Bye-bye. Uh-oh, look over here. It is none other than Mrs. Claus. Behind every great man is a spectacular woman. Hey, Mrs. Claus, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm really well, but you look really rested, but you've been baking your brains out, haven't you?
baking my brains out.
Now, what's it like living with the jolliest man on earth? Ho, 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 all day long. What's that like?
It's lots of fun.
Really? If it's so fun, why do you guys live in separate houses?
We don't always live in separate houses.
Oh, so it's kind of a 90s kind of thing.
Yes, it is.
Thanks, Mrs. Claus. Well, it looks like she's all rested and Santa's on his way, and that means the finale's about ready to start. So I'm going to throw it back to you, Joan and Regis.
Oh, thanks, Brian. Can't wait. Getting closer and closer to that finale. We'll be joining the children's choir at Epcot for another wonderful performance.
But before we do that, we are so honored to have President and Mrs. Clinton with us today with a very special holiday greeting from the White House.
Happy holidays, and a very Merry Christmas to all of you enjoying the Christmas parade from Walt Disney World in Florida. Christmas is truly the most special time of year, a time to be with friends and relatives, a time for remembrances and reunions. And it's a time of year that brings us together as families, communities, and as a nation. It's also a time to remember those Americans who are apart from their families because they're serving our country overseas. We thank all our troops for their service and send them our best wishes and prayers this holiday season.
We are also thinking of the families of our troops. We know how difficult it is to be separated from your loved ones during this season, and we want you to know that our prayers and best wishes are with you as well. With the coming of the new year, let's dedicate ourselves to continuing the holiday feeling of caring and togetherness and extend it to everyone in our neighborhoods, schools, and communities. Let's carry the hope, joy, and goodwill of Christmas with us all year long.
From our family to yours, we wish you a new year blessed with health, happiness, and peace.
Ready for the sensational grand finale of the 1995 Walt Disney World Very Merry Christmas Parade when we come back.
On the Bonnet Creek Championship Golf Course, and I'd say they've got Mickey down to a T, don't you?
Well, I can't believe that we're only minutes away from the much-awaited arrival of Santa Claus. I'm sure that he's going to have all the cookies in his little tummy that my daughters left on the windowsill last night.
Windowsill? Joan, those cookies weren't by any chance chocolate chip and macadamia nut?
Yeah. Reed, you didn't eat Santa's cookies, did you?
I didn't know they were for him.
You ate Santa's cookies? I can't believe this. He's going to get a lump of coal in his stocking.
Shh, don't give the big guy any ideas, please.
All right, let's go back to the street, see who's coming our way.
Oh.
Hey, I know those snow people anywhere. I always wonder how they don't melt down here in the Florida sun.
I'd keep them away from the hot cocoa, I'll tell you that.
That's probably good advice.
I'd like to know that, you know what, that cottage way back there, yeah, behind the dwarfs?
Yep, that's why the dwarfs are out there.
That's right, you know what that means.
That means we've got an excited crowd up and down this street. There's Dopey.
Dopey stands guard, doesn't he? But he's a sweet guy, isn't he? Look at that face.
Yep, good friends with old Sleepy and Grumpy and Doc and Bashful and Sneezy and Happy.
Look at that. You know them all, don't you? Every one of them.
Elegant pair, Snow White and Frosty the Snowman, making the most of this winter wonderland.
Boy, those two really know how to cut the ice, don't they? And I wouldn't be surprised if there was a handsome prince just waiting around, you know, to cut in. Yeah.
Nothing personal, Frosty. But they do actually skate on that float.
Yeah, they do.
And here are our dancing Christmas trees. They've always been in our parade.
Absolutely. The kids still wonder why those trees are dancing, don't they? Now she's getting loose. Yes, the object of my confection, the colorful candy maids.
And that means that that's Mrs. Claus, one of the sweetest ladies around. Old Santa Claus couldn't do all that work without Mrs. Claus there to
Absolutely
help
not.
him.
Let's give her her due. Back there.
All of his reindeer there on the street.
Yes, my goodness, wonderful to see you all here. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas.
You know who puts together all those fancy steps there?
Who's that?
Dancer.
Oh, yeah. Of course, Dancer.
And behind Mrs. Claus's candy house, looking down Main Street, in fact, high above Main Street, is Santa Claus himself.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
Boy, Santa doesn't look tired at all, does he? Full of
He's
pep.
very lively.
Christmas, everyone.
What a shot that is. Main Street completely
Thousands and
jammed.
thousands of the people here today, all
Following
coming in
behind.
Wonderful to see you all here. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to each and every one of you. Yes?
Time's almost up, Joan. We've had a great time, haven't we?
That's right. Santa's out there with a lot of cheer and goodwill. And we want to thank Ben Savage and Ryder Strong for being with us today.
And Brian Leary and J.G. Roth, you were great. Matter of fact, you want to go down there?
Family in the Calabasas, Texas. Merry Christmas!
And I want to wish you happy holidays to my family, the Davis family, and more importantly, you, Regis and Joan. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, you guys!
Thanks very much.
Thank you so much, guys.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
everybody.
Christmas, everyone. We're going to go down here on the street. I'm going to join my
Come on, let's
daughters,
go.
Jamie, Lindsay, and Sarah, from our family to yours. I hope you have a great day.
Merry Christmas.
Let's join the party.
The Walt Disney World's Very Merry Christmas Parade. Brought to you by Kissimmee St. Cloud, where location is our biggest attraction. And Johnson's Baby Products. Protect them, shelter them, Johnson's Baby Them. And new Charmin and Charmin Ultra Double Roll. It's 2 rolls in 1. Hotel accommodations provided by the many Walt Disney World Resort hotels. The only thing better than visiting the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida is staying there.
Tuesday, there's a short